Saw Palmetto. Told you I had a goal yesterday. Wasn't a very ambitious goal. I agree. I certainly got more accomplished than just this, but my goal yesterday morning was to pick up some saw palmetto at the pharmacy or grocery store or wherever I needed to buy it from. About a year and a half ago, I was talking to my doctor about the need to go pee more than I wanted. I'm 56 years old. I live in Naperville, Illinois. And I realized I just felt like I had an urge to pee all the time. And, you know, it wasn't anything I couldn't deal with, but maybe sometimes in life you're better off not dealing with things if you don't have to. And if there's a simple, I don't know, maybe natural solution to it. And she said saw palmetto. She has an accent, my doctor. I didn't know what she was saying, and she wrote it down. And I bought some, and I thought it helped, but I kind of had forgotten about it and gotten away from it. I was out in Yellowstone this summer, and I was staying in a dorm, waiting tables, and we were using a community bathroom on the first floor, and my room was on the second floor. And every night I'd have to wake up 2 or 3 times and go downstairs and go to the bathroom and come back up and worry that I'd have to go again. And this is a man issue. I learned yesterday women don't even have prostates, but I think apparently as men get older, and I'm 56, and although I feel in great shape and doing everything I think I should be doing, still parts of your body change. And I went out, I bought 2 bottles, because it was buy one, get one free at my Walgreens of saw palmetto, and had 1 pill yesterday. Now I've had 1 today, and slept through the night. Slept through the night. Slept through the night. It was the weirdest thing. I woke up at 4:45. A lot of people would tell you not to drink water a couple hours before you go to sleep. I tell you what, just on a whim, I chugged it last night. I was thirsty. I was eating some trail mix, so I chugged some water. And I woke up, and it wasn't like an emergency to go, but I was going, I'd feel a little bit better if I peed right now, but not like a rush or anything. Maybe I could go back to sleep. And I laid there, and I looked at my watch or my phone, and I was surprised that it was 4:45 in the morning. So okay, I'll admit, I believe in the placebo effect, because the power of the mind is very powerful. And I took 1 pill yesterday, and I doubt 1 pill can make a difference or shrink your prostate or, do much. But I will tell you, I slept through the night the day after taking 1 pill. And I had not slept through the night in months, if maybe years. Maybe years. And I woke this morning, I was feeling calm. I was wondering what I was going to talk about, because not feeling worried, not feeling afraid, because I think a lot of those emotions happen in the middle of the night, and they don't happen in the middle of the night if you're asleep. And it's when you wake up and it's 1 in the morning and you feel fear and you got to go to the bathroom, and then you lay there and you're worried you got to go again, and then your mind starts racing. So what I would suggest to you, to the men, if you have a man in your life that's 50 plus, probably have a conversation with them, because it's funny. I don't want to talk about going to the bathroom or needing to pee. A lot of us probably just kind of accept it. But, and I only took one pill. And I'll admit, it probably takes time, and it probably takes, there's probably a compound effect. There's probably a compound effect. But I will tell you what, I slept through the night. And it felt really good. So if you have a man in your life, or if you are a man in your life that's maybe 50 plus and has to wake up a couple times a night to go to the washroom. And again, I hate to talk about it because it's, we don't like talking about going to the bathroom, but you always feel the need. Even after you go, you're not sure you got it all out and you got to pee again. Can be frustrating. So you go back and you pee a little more and you flush the toilet again and you go, I don't even know if I can start my coffee show. I might have to go again in 3 minutes. I was coming to that, and I tell you what, that's not a good way to be. So I went to the store yesterday and bought 2 bottles. And it might, who knows what nature can do. Who knows? I'll tell you what, I came back. I didn't have to work last night. I work as a waiter. And I didn't have to work last night. And I started feeling really tired and really sleepy and had a great late afternoon nap. And it felt wonderful. And maybe there's who knows? I'm not a supplement expert, but I will tell you, I slept through the night and felt good. So good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Thursday morning. It is September 19th. I know that because I put special attention and looked it up before I went live. It's because I got that good night's sleep. My mind's working very efficiently. Oh, is my mind working very efficiently? Maybe this saw palmetto is a miracle drug. It's not even a drug, it's just a supplement. I don't even know what a saw palmetto is. I'm picturing like bamboo shoots. I'm picturing bamboo, but I'm not sure. My doctor I liked a lot and recommended it a couple of years ago. And again, I'd stopped using it. And I tell you what, Yellowstone wasn't fun, waking up every night and having to go to the washroom a couple times on a different floor. It's not even fun when it's in your bathroom is in your master bedroom. And, yeah. But, anyway, again, it's Thursday morning. It is, September 19th. And it is 5:30 a.m. Happy Thursday. This is a show I've been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It's a show about me sharing feelings. Apparently, even sharing having to go pee. Kind of sharing life, kind of sharing some experiences, kind of sharing 30 minutes to an hour and 15 every morning over a cup of coffee. And for those that have been watching a while, good morning, Kim. It's not just a show about me talking. As I mentioned just a moment ago, it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I am so excited to take my first sip at this early hour. My hope, oftentimes at this point in my show, I'll go, my only hope, the only hope I have. And that's not true. I've got a lot of hope right now. I got a lot of hope right now, and a lot of, not only hope, I don't know, confidence that things are okay. But anyway, my only hope is that wherever you are, it's hard to change my script even if my emotions are slightly different. Whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh. Oh, I know you're all wondering. I know you are all wondering. I mean, I know what I'd be guessing if I were you, but I'd be wrong. I would be wrong. One more sip. Kim H says that first sip is the best. Yeah, it sure is, but I'll tell you what, the next two were pretty darn good as well. It is the Starbucks Sumatra. And again, that's a dark roast. It's got a lot of flavor for a non-flavored coffee, if you will. And I sing its praises because if I wouldn't recommend it for a newbie, a beginning coffee drinker, because it's got a lot of coffee flavor. And might be too much for a new drinker. But I'll tell you what, it's not too much for the coffee lover in your life that has developed a love of the coffee bean. I don't know if I have a love for the coffee bean. Maybe I do. I don't know. Good morning, Brad Smith wants to know what's on the agenda for today. I will tell you what. Well, I'm getting started early. It's fun getting started early because a lot of times people say, hey, I'm busy, or I got a lot to do, or I can't keep up, or, and I think, or they're tired. And I think the reason a lot of people say they're tired is because maybe they are, but maybe it's because they spend all their days being busy and all their time thinking busy thoughts. And one sure way to enable us to get more things done in life is waking up early. And part of that for me, I know, is been not drinking alcohol. I used to wake up at 3 a.m. and lay there and toss and turn and hope I could go back to sleep because I felt like crap because I had too much to drink the night before. And I'll tell you what, it feels good not waking that way anymore. So what's on the agenda for the day? I don't know. I got started early, though. I know important step for me every day is doing my Coffee with Ken show. I'm waiting tables. I've been a waiter since May, and I've been a waiter a few times in my life. And I was, real quick recap, a realtor for a bunch of years. I'm a twice divorced guy. Left the real estate career 2 years ago. Wanted to try and do something more with my life, and was in the midst of a painful and expensive and emotionally crushing divorce. And left real estate, but didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. But had kind of been working on this show called Coffee with Ken on the back burner for 5 years, and it changed the way it looked, and it changed the way I did it, and it changed the times I went live. And sometimes I'd be in a house showing off a house. But I think I realized a long time ago the power of video, and that I feel pretty comfortable talking to a camera, and whatever I'm saying seems to connect with somebody out there. It was nice looking at homes. And Uh, I don't know. I think people liked me giving them the tour of homes. Good morning, Ryan. Mowing God says you could be in real estate and a waiter, but I don't want to be Mowing God. I don't want to be. I don't want to be in real estate at all. You could be in real estate and you could be a mowing God. You know? Mm. And I decided I could do something more and wanted to do something more. And well, maybe on the outset, it uh, it doesn't seem like more, and somebody might think, oh, waiting tables. I tell you what, I make as much waiting tables as I did selling real estate, and I feel better about it. I go in, I work hard, I get my work done, and I leave my work at the office, if you will, and that frees up my mind and my life to do bigger, better things, and yeah. And I think there's a lot of bigger, better opportunities out there than uh, selling real estate. For me, for sure. I mean, if you want to do it, if somebody out there's a realtor, go for it. But I never loved it at all. So anyway, I've been waiting tables the last several months, and I realized that, that's not a long-term, full-time solution for me. I'm 56, although I'm feeling pretty spry. And now that I've taken my saw palmetto, uh, who knows? It could be like the fountain of youth. 56 is the new 26. I'm going to be on one of those ads with, and I don't know if this is a national ad or not, but Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas. I don't know what they're selling, some sort of manly supplement. And in the commercial, there's a not so subtle hint how your wife will be pleased with the supplement as well. It's kind of funny. So they'll have two famous athletes, at least famous athletes if you're from the Chicago area. Frank Thomas, who's a Hall of Famer, and Doug Flutie, who's certainly in the College Hall of Fame. Quarterback and a baseball player, and then me, and I'd be taller than Doug Flutie, but going, hey, I don't know the script to this commercial, and these guys don't know who I am, but I also have a coffee shop, and I've discovered that 56 is the new 26 through my use of saw palmetto. Give it a try. Tanya says Doug Flutie lives down the street in South Melbourne Beach from my parents. Oh, well, that's cool, Tanya. South Melbourne, is that Australia? I'd be surprised if Doug Flutie lived in Australia, but maybe he does. Maybe he does. I'm sure he did pretty well. He's doing a commercial. I know who he is. Oh, Florida. Okay, well, that makes more sense. All right. Yeah, no, that doesn't shock me. Yeah. Played for the Chicago Bears for a little bit. And, I don't know. Threw one of the most famous passes in college football. Won him the Heisman Trophy winner. I think he went to Boston College. Some time ago. Oh, my coffee is running a little low. Sometimes in life, our energy can run a little low, or our enthusiasm can run a little low. And I think it's easy to try and fight that or overcome it. And sometimes I think it's best to cure such things by going, okay, feeling a little low today. felt this before, know how to get through it. And if you're feeling a little low emotionally, anyone that watches my show knows, I recommend thinking of things you're grateful for. And if anybody out there is kind of going, I'm bummed right now, kind of like this guy's voice, or I like his positivity, or I'm wondering why he is living in a hotel room, but I'm still kind of bummed and not happy and not looking forward to my day or not excited about my life. Find some things you're grateful for, and your cup will filleth up. Your cup will filleth up. Speaking of cups being filleth up, let's go do it. Oh! I'll be back. Ryan, I saw your question. Ryan asked me, and Ryan, I thought we were going out for coffee in a couple weeks. He says he can teach me to make money on TikTok full time. I tell you, I think a lot of people like giving advice without and it's good. I probably do it too. I told you to take saw palmetto. Don't have to if you don't have prostate problems or if you don't have problems, needing to pee. But I think I'll just say this: I'd be open to any suggestion, Ryan, you have. But I think I'm doing okay. And I think I like what I'm doing. And what works for one person might not work for another. And I got a buddy that's watching right now. I got a buddy that's watching right now that started selling products on TikTok Shop and was doing fairly well, considering it was just starting out. It's kind of a little envious. And as they say, envy is the thief of joy. And I was going, hey, how come I can't do this? Or why shouldn't I do this? And I think it's worth trying. But I think it's also important to stick to the core of who you are. And if you have something that's working, albeit slowly, if you try and be somebody else, you're not going to be very happy. And again, I don't mind trying different things and experimenting, and as we like to say, doing a little research and development. But I really like my show. Good morning from New Jersey, Captain Kenny. Isn't it your birthday right about now? I think your birthday's coming up, Captain Kenny. But anyway, let's have a little more sip of coffee. Chill Kitty joined. I like Chill. I'm not even a cat person. I'm not particularly a cat person. Oh. Your birthday is November 19th. I might have remembered that it was November 19th, Captain Kenny. I might have remembered why it was November 19th, or that it was November 19th. Might have sung for you. We might have celebrated your birthday a couple times together. That's how long you've been hopping on this show. Oh, so good. But it's Thursday morning. It is Thursday morning. I'm feeling quiet. I'm feeling like I'm going to be productive as heck. Kind of feeling ready. Feeling one important part to my day. An important part of my day is underway. What is that? And I just wanted to say that your bald head looks good. Well, thank you so much, Captain Kenny. Thank you. Oh. I had somebody, and I have somebody asking me some questions. And I'm learning. And it was hard after being a realtor and kind of a people pleaser and feeling like I needed to respond to every inquiry and answer every question and make everybody that I came across in life, even people that didn't want to, smile and laugh and feel good. I think that's a lot of pressure. And I know it was for me. And I see it in my waiting tables. When I wait tables, if I'm getting better at it, but for a longest time, if a customer had their water cup was only half filled, it bothered me, and I wanted to fill it as quickly as possible. And maybe it's okay to try and strive for excellence, but if you're striving for excellence to the point it's causing you to live a overly stressful life, or lose sleep, or turn to alcohol to calm that desire down, there's a problem. And as a realtor, I would get messages and texts and questions and, hey, is this house still available type questions at all hours, because I had somebody that knew I was a realtor doing some house searching at 3 in the morning, and I'd check my phone in the middle of the night, and I'd want to be super realtor, and I'd respond as soon as I could. And it's easy to do when you're creating content as well. And it's easy to do when you're creating content as well. And I'll have people hop on and send me messages or ask things on this. And there's a certain flow to the show. And there's a certain flow to life. And if you let the outside world interrupt your own personal flow, you're going to be in some trouble. And I know I let the outside world and people that weren't even important to it interrupt my flow. Good morning, Chip. And change my direction or change my path or recommend something or give me some advice. And I'd listen too much, to be honest with you. And I'd go, I should try that. And then I'd end up trying something that somebody that doesn't even know me told me to do. And I'd want to respond to this person or convince them that I was doing the right thing, or that I was following my heart, or I was on my own journey, and feel I needed to show them how, well, you might see it differently, but that's okay. I don't need to engage with everybody that sees things differently than me, or engage with anybody that hops on in the beginning of my show and starts asking questions about why I live in a hotel, or what's going on here, or what am I going to be productive about today, or that I could be a realtor and a waiter at the same time, or that I should do this or I should do that. And I've gotten so better at shutting out the noise. And I don't think I could still be doing this if I didn't learn to shut out the noise. And I'll have people, because I post videos on a bunch of different social media platforms, and I'll have hundreds, if not thousands, of comments a day. And a lot of those comments don't agree with what I'm saying, or get offended if I even touch on the subject of politics, or say, I used to watch your show because it was inspirational. Clearly you're going through a hard time and you're not producing the same content. I'm out. And it must bother me a little bit, because I'm still talking about it a little bit. But I think it's funny. It's a little bit funny. And it feels good to, lower the worry scale down a whole heck of a lot on a bunch of different things, and realize I'm doing the right thing for me and my family and my friends, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And, I'm not exactly where I'm going to be, but none of us are exactly where we're going to be, and none of us know where we're going to be anyway. But this is one moment in time, and I like where I'm at, and I like where I'm going for sure. What's stronger right now, my mental or health or physical? Well, I'm feeling pretty good physically. Again, I just took my saw Palmetto, and I work out 2 or 3 times a week. But I'd certainly say they go hand in hand. I think they help build confidence. They help work together. If you feel good physically, you're going to feel a little more confident mentally. And if you're in the right place mentally, you're going to be more apt to go to the gym and get a quick workout in. I don't know, but I'm feeling pretty confident. And it doesn't mean I can't be shaken. It doesn't mean I cannot be shaken. And I know I'm not done being shaken. I know things are going to happen. Life's going to happen. Because life keeps coming. And your emotions will get turned upside down, or your physical health will get turned upside down. And I know, I don't have the solution to all of life's challenges other than to expect them. Know you almost need them. Because life would be so boring if it was super easy. Otis said, if your kids, friends, and family completely support you, then what's your need to move forward? Well, if you're not moving forward, what are you doing? You're standing still. I don't even understand the question. I don't get the question. What do you do if you're not moving forward? How do you spend your day? Laying in bed? Yeah, if you're not moving forward, the world's moving forward, I promise you. I promise you. And if you're not moving forward with it, I don't know, you're going to get left behind. Oh. Just drinking some coffee. I'm going to be quiet. I'm feeling quiet. I'll answer any questions that you guys may have. I may not. I might just sit here and, keep drinking my coffee. Again, it's not even 6 o'clock. It's not even 6 o'clock. It's not even 6 o'clock. What was my biggest real estate sale? I don't know. I never sold any massive home. I never sold any massive homes. I sold a lot of homes. I did a lot of work in a neighborhood close to where I live and close to where I grew up called Four Lakes. And it's a condo community. It has 3,000 to 5,000 condos in it. Beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. And at the time, during my real estate career, the condos were selling between $100,000 and $175,000 roughly. And I would sell maybe one of those a month, which was kind of the butter on my bread and my most consistent business, but not high-end expensive business, but cool business, and a business I excelled at because it was I knew. I knew it was a complex maze of a neighborhood, twisting and turning roads through lakes and hills and trees. And yeah, I became an expert in it. I knew the associations. I knew how to get things done. I knew where to park your car. I knew where the guest parking was. I knew how to do it. But again, it wasn't high commission business, but it was high volume business, and I enjoyed it. Do real estate agents get territorial? Well, I'm sure they do. Yeah, they definitely do. You know, real estate agents live in houses too. And when you live in houses, you tend to work the neighborhood that you live in oftentimes. And if a different realtor's sign pops up on your street, it hurts a little bit. You know, even when you're driving around through town, if you see a new home, a new for sale sign pop up and it's got a realtor you know's name on it, or even a realtor you don't know, you wonder why you didn't get that business and why that seller chose the realtor they did and why didn't they choose you. Oftentimes the answer would be they didn't even know you existed because you'd never marketed to them. But yeah, they get territorial. It's tough. It's a you know, the powers that be in real estate. I remember it was funny. Before I joined, I got licensed in 2005, and I went to a bunch of different real estate companies at the time with my license, and was looking for the right office to hang my hat. And I came across an office. It was I'll just say a Coldwell Banker office near a Starbucks that I used to frequent in Woodridge, Illinois, which is right by Lisle, which is between Downers Grove and Naperville, where I grew up. And I went in there and I met the manager, and it was the fall of 2005. And he said, there's always plenty of real estate to go around. And I think that's kind of the song broker owners are taught to sing, because they get paid, you know, their cost of each new agent that enters their company is very minimal. And any revenue they generate off any agent is a bonus. And the more agents they have in their office, the more homes they're going to sell. And it was kind of funny, and I only bring this story up because this guy was telling me, that there's always room for more realtors. And I'll tell you, within 3 years, his office was shut, and I'd never heard of him again. Do I feel guilty when my client picks a house with another real estate, but I sell it? I don't know what you mean. No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think you know how the business works, Tanya, or how it used to work, at least. I rarely sold one of my listings. That's just not how it works. You rarely are actually the agent. Some people won't even handle that. If you're the listing agent, you represent the seller. And if you're bringing in the buyer as well, some look at that as a conflict of interest. It's called dual agency, and you had to fully disclose to both clients that you may be practicing as a dual agent and actually representing the interests of both clients at the same time. I used to tell my clients I'd feel comfortable with me because I knew I could do it and just treat them both fairly. But I would be wary of that if I was a client anyway. So we rarely sold our own listings, and there was no great incentive. As a matter of fact, there was a slight disincentive for me to sell my own. If you had a buyer, every for sale sign out there basically was a 2.5% commission waiting to happen. So it didn't really matter what company you purchased, your buyer bought a home from at all. Yeah. Have I ever been a seller agent and a buying agent for the same house? Yes, I've been a listing or a dual agent. I mean, I don't know if it was a handful or several times, somewhere in the middle maybe. Yeah. Some agents won't do it, but some agents won't do it. Good morning, Christine. Good morning. Oh, Ryan's been here. Ryan has been here. Ryan was talking to me early, wanting me to sell coffee on TikTok. Not Original says she is binge watching $1 Million Listing and loves it. Maybe that was, I did real estate a long, long time. But I was never caught up in any of the HGTV shows. And maybe had I been the type of person that loved $1 Million Listing or whatever other show you might be watching on HGTV, maybe I would have been more likely to enjoy my career as a realtor. I liked aspects of it, but I'd have people come up and say, "Oh, did you love it? Or do you love it?" Yeah. I never loved it. It was my own business. Again, I got in. I had been working for my dad's printing company in, 2004 or something like that. And I knew I wanted to run my own business and realized printing wasn't the way I wanted to go. Somebody said, "Hey, you should be a real estate agent." And I became a real estate agent, and they were my first clients. So, well, I'm feeling quiet, and I'm started early today. And I'm excited about my day because it's still dark out. And it's still dark out. And I'm just about wrapping up my coffee show, which is an important part of every day for me. And kind of how I start my day. And when I wrap it up early and it's still dark out, I think, wow, I got so much time to be productive. Working at the restaurant tonight at, I don't even know when. My manager always wants to tell me exactly when I'm working. I go, just put me on the schedule, I'll be there. So I'll be there whenever I'm working. And have a bunch of things I want to get done today. Want to post some videos. Want to go to the gym. Want to build some enthusiasm for my day and move forward. What happened to the print shop? Well, my dad retired. It was his print shop, and I worked there for, I don't even know, maybe a year or something. And I wanted to run my own business, and I was just working there for a little bit and really enjoyed a bunch of aspects of it. And but I didn't feel printing was the right business to be in. And again, just kind of fell into real estate. I talk a lot about things happen for a reason. I think I became a realtor for a reason. And due to persistence, I stuck with it maybe longer than I needed. But probably just as long as I should have. Almost had to be shown the door on the way out. Yeah. But, yeah. Hello, Highland. What time did I start? I don't know, 5:25, 5:30 this morning. I woke early. I woke early. I post these videos on different social media platforms. If anybody's tuning in at the end and goes, I missed it. It's funny that anyone worries that they missed it. Not Originals asking, seriously, did it get bad? I don't know what Not Original is referring to when she says, seriously, did it get bad? Sometimes it's hard to keep track of what I'm talking about and holding on several conversations at the same time. Being walked out. Oh, yeah. You're talking about leaving real estate. I think just any desire I had was gone. I just didn't think I wanted it. My wife and I were real estate partners, and I think that was the last gasp at keeping the career afloat, because she had certain strengths in the business and I had certain strengths in the business, and I think we were leaning on each other to keep our ships afloat in the real estate business. And we had a very high profile and high public and an embarrassing divorce. Some people seem to really celebrate in, which is odd, but they did. And I don't know. It was time. It was time to leave. I've been wanting to leave for a while. I've been doing my little show called Coffee with Ken and going, wait a minute, this feels good. I don't know, post a video on sobriety, and somebody will reach out and say, hey, they're struggling with their own, but thanks for posting my inspirational videos. And I'll go, wow, that gave me the warm fuzzies. And the warm fuzzies feel pretty good. And I didn't get the warm fuzzies very often in real estate, but I got them every day by doing my Coffee with Ken show. Yeah. Although I am out of real estate, did I keep my license up? No. No, I did not. Every year, I think there's too many. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get a little more coffee. You guys want to talk real estate? I can talk real estate a little. I think the selling real estate business is a machine. And it chews up and spits out human beings and gives them a label and a name tag and calls them realtors. And 95% of realtors out there, okay, I might be stretching, but certainly 80% of realtors out there are at best living paycheck to paycheck. And some months really struggling. And they are sold a bill of goods by the real estate companies that there's always room for more realtors. And if you work a little harder, you'll make plenty of money. And a lot of realtors working hard and wondering why they're still struggling. And I think the honest answer is because it's too easy to get in, and there's too many hands in the pocket, and there's too many splits of commission. And a realtor might walk away with a closing check for $20,000, but they're going to give 40% to their brokerage company and 25% to taxes and $200 to their photographer and $1,000 a year to the National Association of Realtors in terms of dues, and then fees to their local real estate association and everything else. And at the end of the day, I think most realtors can't really pay their bills. And I talk a lot about real estate, and a lot of realtors get mad at me, but I think the system is broken, and I think the system, anytime things get really big, be it a governmental agency or a realtor association board, there's a lot of mouths to be fed. And each of those mouths is fed on the buyer and seller commission, and by the realtor who's doing the work to get the buyer, to get the seller, who's putting up their signs on a Sunday morning and having nobody come through the open house, and is going to the meetings and is knocking on doors and is cold calling. And I know, for me, I could have done almost anything else for 17 years, and it's not about the money, but had more financial rewards than I would have as a realtor. I could have started at Target 17 years ago as a stock clerk, which I did a year back. I started at Target when I was, I think, 54. And I'm going, well, I'm 54. If I'm starting at the bottom of the totem pole and it takes 10 years to work your way up to store manager or whatever, I'm going to be 65 or 64 at that time. Maybe I'm getting a little late start in this game. Realize that wasn't for me. But I think had I started at Target 18 years prior, when I started at real estate, I would have worked my way up and got into corporate management and found a way. Or if I would have become a carpenter or a plumber. And I'm not handy, so I'm not suggesting I could have, but done almost anything else and put in the time and effort that I did into real estate, I think I would have been a lot more successful than I was. But every year, thousands of new agents, not millions, millions probably enter the business and do 3 transactions and then realize it's harder than they think and leave the business. And that's okay. That's the way it is. But it's a cautionary tale to anyone that thinks they should be a realtor, because, and I say chase your dreams. If you want to do it, do it. But I think the system's a little messed up, and it's too easy to get in, and it's too easy to do a transaction, and the value one adds to a transaction is only so much. And you kind of realize that after a while, that no matter how hard you try and how much you want to do your best, there's thousands of hungry realtors that live in your town that are fighting for that same customer. And it wasn't fulfilling, and I don't think it's what I was meant to do. And honestly, I think Coffee with Ken is what I meant to do. I don't have allergies, Stacy. I have congestion. But thank you for the Gesundheit. That's a funny word, Gesundheit. Yeah. How's the platforms doing? RJ's who is also known as Chippy. People wonder why I call Chippy RJ. I guess the better question is, why does RJ call himself Chippy? Because his real name is RJ. I mean, I forget what that stands for. Actually, I don't, but I don't feel like sharing it. And hold on. You guys are talking about my sneeze, and I'm going to take care of this. Oh, there it is. Hey, tissue. Let's see, where was I? Oh, how are the platforms doing? He's kind of my business lean support system. I don't call other friends and talk to them about social media, because probably most of the people in my life go, yeah, sure, Ken, whatever. I'm sure it's going to work. Sure, you're going to find a career in Coffee with Ken. You do pretty cute videos, and it's nice that you get seen every once in a while, but how are you going to monetize it? How are you going to make money doing it? And I mean, I don't argue with, I kind of go, hey, look at this video I just did. Doesn't it make you cry? Talk about mom. Talk about work. Talk about living my best life. And they go, yeah, that's a nice video, Ken, but how are you going to make money doing it? And I don't blame them for doubting, because maybe I'm a dreamer, maybe I'm nuts. But I'm okay being a dreamer and being nuts. But anyway, and I tell them the first penny I made, I go, hey, the social media platform just sent me 72 cents my very first day. Not my very first day, but my very first day being monetized, I made 72 cents. I was super excited. I thought that was awesome. I think I'd still be super excited and still think that's awesome. And that money's grown and the platforms have grown and the audience has grown and the show continues to grow. And that 72 cents, while not a lot of money, is, about $10 a day right now. And I know at $10 a day, that's still not a lot of money, but it's growing. And if that growth continues, again, my favorite book I ever read was The Compound Effect. And it's about the habits, doing good habits, and how impactful that will be on your life over time. And this is a good habit of mine. And this is growing. And I've seen 72 cents on my very first day grow to about $10 in a year and a half. And yes, $10 still isn't much, but it's 15 times more than I made on that first day. And if you go a year and a half out and you keep growing at 15 times, suddenly I'm making 150 a day. That's pretty good. You can live a very maybe modest life at that amount of revenue. But the real key and the real power of the compound effect is if you go out another year and a half from there and you go, that's $2,250 a day. Wow, that's a lot of revenue. You can live a really good life anywhere at that. And then if you're crazy or cuckoo enough and you go out a year and a half from that, you're looking at revenue of, I don't even know, $320,000 a day. And at that point, you probably, maybe your audience has grown as much as it's going to grow, but maybe not. Maybe not. There's a lot of people out there that are lonely or struggling with alcohol or struggling with mental health or going through relationship troubles or just need companionship. And you never know what tomorrow holds. So it's 6:17. 6:17, and skies are lightening outside. Takes me probably my most frustrating point of the day. And it's usually a really nice point of the day, because when I go on live early and it's, sometimes I'll crawl back into bed and try and share this live video to various platforms. It takes a while to do that. And while I'm waiting for it to process and upload and download, and sometimes it'll take like 2 hours. And it might be my most frustrating point of the day. But if that's what I have to bitch about on this Thursday, life must be pretty good. And life is pretty good. Do I think social media will be around in 10 years? Well, it won't look exactly like it does. But yes, in some form or other. Chip and Joy, tell your wife I said, hey, in some form or other it'll be around. It won't look exactly like it is, and maybe the platforms might have slightly different names. But it works, it makes sense. And cuts out the middleman and gives us a channel of our own really easily and quickly. And somebody just said, I have a soothing voice. I used to try and go to TV channels and say, hey, I've heard I have a soothing voice, or I have a great voice for radio. will you put me on air? And they shut the door and say they're not interested. You don't need the TV channel or the radio channel anymore. You can just kind of create your own. Christine asked, is there a length of time you're allowed to stay at extended stay? I don't really understand, Christine. What do you think? He's like going, I'm sorry, Ken, you gotta go. You have to go now. We don't want you here anymore. The big corporations usually find a way to keep common man from making money on their own. How many days is considered extended? Do I change rooms? No, I don't change rooms. I don't know how many days is considered extended. And, yeah. I don't change rooms. Matter of fact, I brought in my yoga mat yesterday. I'd been riding around in my scooter with the yoga mat taking up space because I took it to Yellowstone with me and used it out there. And it had been in the trunk of my scooter. Taking up space for the last month and a half. And yesterday I said, well, I've been here 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. Might as well bring the yoga mat. It's not doing my scooter any good. And who knows? I might stretch out and be more likely to use it if it was in my room and not in my scooter taking up space. Do they clean the room every day? No, they do not. No, they do not. Kind of clean it yourself. Make the bed. Do whatever level of cleaning it is you do. And for me, I think I like to do a pretty good high level of cleaning. Hey, John Gray, thank you so much for following the live creator. I'm just about to sign off, and a nice person named John Gray decided to follow the live creator. Posted a video yesterday, and it had the word gray in it twice. And when I was young, I spelled gray, Gray, like John Gray spells his name. But somehow, some way, I feel the proper spelling, in my mind at least, has changed to Grey. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. Is it like the British spelling? Or what have you? I don't know. And I just still don't know what the true proper spelling is. I guess it probably can be spelled both ways. But I literally went on back to my video and said, I don't like it spelled Gray anymore. I wonder why that is. That's how I used to spell gray. I don't know if gray is actually a color on a crayon. Gray. British with E, American with A. Okay. So why do I change it? Maybe because I thought I was a little more well-to-do and I was a realtor, and maybe paint colors would be spelled with a EY or something like that. And I thought it made me fancier spelling gray EY. But honestly, for me, I definitely used to spell it AY, and now I think it looks funny as AY a little bit. No offense, John Gray with an A. But I think it makes me think I'm a little fancier if I spell it with an E. I don't know. If you can be a little fancier. Stacy said, like spelling center with an R-E looks classy over center. Yeah, maybe. But, excuse me, took too big of a swig. Went down the wrong tube. Christine, there is not a cap to how long you can live at an extended stay. I don't see any business that would put a cap on how long they can have somebody paying rent. John Gray says he has 3 John Gray's in his town. Is John Gray there? Sorry, wrong John Gray. Yeah. My mind always goes off in various directions. And I'm right now thinking, there are many shades. There's at least 50 shades of gray. Heard that book was good. Kind of a twisted movie. I'll just leave it at that. But, yeah, it's Thursday morning. And I want to thank you, Sean. Thank you, John Gray. And I am blessed. And I hope you guys realize how blessed you are as well. Somebody just said, may God bless me today. I think God blesses us every day. And I think the only question is, do we acknowledge the blessings that we have? They're there. And I think our mission every day, and almost every moment if we can, should be finding the blessings that we have in front of us at every moment of every day. And I cannot tell you how much life is better when you are looking for things that are little blessings on your day, like a soft bed or a hot cup of coffee or an air conditioning unit or a fridge full of food or whatever. And they're there. And it's just a matter of whether we appreciate them or recognize them. And if we don't, and if we're looking for things that suck in our lives are going to be sucky. And if we look for little blessings in our life is going to be a blessed one. And I would encourage you as you go about your day, and I say it to me. I'm saying it for me. I'm encouraging myself to take on this day and recognize all the little blessings that I have. And there's going to be moments that could throw my point of view off. And you're going to go, gosh darn it, this happened, or dang it, that happened. But don't stay there and just go, well, that happened. I'm blessed that it did because I learned a little something from that experience, or this was meant to happen. And then go back to thinking of things you're grateful for and the blessings you have. Atwood, I do work today. I'm working later this afternoon, early evening, and I'm looking forward to that because I need the revenue, and I enjoy the people I work with, and I enjoy my customers, and I make a pretty good amount of money, and I think I'm pretty good at what I do, so I'm fortunate for that. And I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for the sky's lightning, and I'm thankful for the tree I have out my window, and I'm thankful for the soft bed, and I'm thankful that I woke early this morning and had my whole day ahead of me. And I'm thankful for my coffee and my slippers, my kids, my ex-wives, my friends, and my family. And again, I'd encourage you to find a few things you're thankful for as well. And again, I thank you for joining. I hope your morning is starting off well. I hope your coffee is hot and plentiful. And hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.